World War II, a time of global conflict and unimaginable atrocities. Amidst the chaos, a dark secret festered in Japanese-occupied Manchuria. Known as Unit 731, it remains a chilling reminder of humanity's capacity for cruelty. Unit 731 was a covert biological and chemical warfare research facility. Unspeakable acts were committed under the guise of scientific advancement. The victims, primarily Chinese and Soviet prisoners of war, endured unimaginable suffering. Remembering Unit 731 helps us learn from the past. We honor those who perished and strive for a future where science serves humanity. Unit 731's origins can be traced back to the early 1930s. Japan, driven by militaristic ambitions, sought to expand its empire. This expansionist policy led to the invasion of Manchuria in 1931. In this newly conquered territory, a hidden complex was constructed near the city of Harbin. At its helm was Shiro Ishii, a brilliant but ruthless military physician. Driven by a warped sense of patriotism and a thirst for scientific achievement, Ishii transformed Unit 731 into a factory of human suffering. Thousands of prisoners, deemed logs by their captors, were transported to this chamber of horrors. The world remained oblivious to the atrocities unfolding within those walls. This secrecy, coupled with the chaos of war, allowed Unit 731 to operate with impunity for over a decade. Within the confines of Unit 731, a catalog of horrors unfolded. Driven by a perverse scientific curiosity, Japanese researchers conducted inhumane experiments. Vivisection was common practice. Prisoners were strapped to tables, sliced open without anesthesia, their organs examined. Disease research was another dark facet. Prisoners were infected with deadly pathogens. Frostbite experiments saw prisoners exposed to freezing temperatures. Pressure chambers simulated high-altitude conditions. The full extent of the atrocities remains unknown. The actions carried out within Unit 731 represent a profound breach of ethical boundaries. The deliberate infliction of suffering, the disregard for human life, and the perversion of science for military gain are all antithetical to the principles of humanity. How could such barbarity occur? The answers lie in a complex web of factors. The pervasive militarism of Imperial Japan, the dehumanizing propaganda, and the ambition of individuals like Shiro Ishii all contributed to the moral decay that allowed Unit 731 to flourish. The researchers justified their actions under the guise of patriotism and scientific progress. This twisted logic, however, cannot excuse the horrors they perpetrated. The Nuremberg Code, established after the war to govern human experimentation, stands as a stark reminder of the ethical lines crossed by Unit 731. The legacy of Unit 731 serves as a cautionary tale. As World War II drew to a close, the race to conceal the atrocities of Unit 731 began. Fearing exposure and retribution, Japanese officials ordered the destruction of the facility. Evidence of the experiments, including records and specimens, were either burned or buried. Prisoners who remained were systematically executed to silence any potential witnesses. Despite their efforts, some survivors managed to escape, carrying with them the horrific memories of their ordeal. Their stories, initially met with disbelief, gradually began to filter out, revealing the true nature of Unit 731 to the world. However, justice proved elusive. In a controversial move, the United States government granted immunity to key figures from Unit 731 in exchange for their research data. The lack of prosecution for those responsible for the atrocities of Unit 731 remains a source of anger and frustration for survivors and their families. The story of Unit 731 is a difficult one to confront. It forces us to acknowledge the dark potential that lies within humanity. However, it is a story that must be told, remembered, and learned from. By understanding the historical context, the motivations, and the consequences of Unit 731, we can work to prevent such horrors from ever happening again. The legacy of Unit 731 serves as a stark reminder of the importance of ethical considerations in all aspects of human endeavor, particularly in science and medicine. Education plays a crucial role in ensuring that the lessons of the past are not forgotten. Let the memory of those who suffered and perished within Unit 731 serve as a beacon, guiding us towards a future where such horrors are consigned to the history books, never to be repeated.